John Beaudin, Rock History Book. Nice to be here. Man, you know what? Now and then when we do these, we had like the most technical problems in the universe yesterday because we're doing it live because I miss being on the radio multitasking. So here I am. August 29th. Happy birthday to you if it's your birthday. If it's not, send it to someone whose birthday is August 29th. Today, he wanted to be Spider-Man. Maybe in some ways, literally Spider-Man. In 60 seconds, we'll tell you who that is. The Beatles performed their last performance up until the rooftop concert on this day in history. Iggy Pop releases his second album. Many say it's one of his best. And hold on. I want to thank everyone who gets on here and basically supports us. They're sending it to our sister channel. There you go. Just so that we can have more people on board. So thank you for being here. 1940, Benny Maupin, American jazz saxophonist, flute player, clarinet player, played with Herbie Hancock, Miles Davis, Lee Morgan, born in Detroit, Michigan in 1940. Yikes. Here we go. Oh, hold on. I don't want to misrepresent anybody and have them on. We're going to put them on the bottom. There you go. There you go. 1942, Sterling Morrison. He's on the left. He's on the right. Lou Reed's on the left. Died in 2013. Born on this day in 1942. Bandmate to Lou Reed, Velvet Underground. Now this time the guy's on the left. Dick Halligan from Blood, Sweat, and Tears. He's born in Troy, New York, died January 18th, 2022. I just remembered he was 78 years old. I just remembered doing his obituary not that long ago. But anyway, it would have been his birthday today. In 1945, Chris Cooping, British rock bassist and organist, Procol Harum, from 69 to 77, is born in Middleton, Lancashire, England. Got a lot of them today. This is an interesting story. Rick Downey, American rock drummer and vocalist for Blue Oyster Cult from 81 to 85. He was Albert Bouchard's drum tech and then became Blue Oyster Cult's road manager and then became their chief for touring, lighting designer, then their drummer. He's now out of the music industry. As far as I know, working for Indy. Last time I knew, he was working for Indy Racing. Talk about a jack of all trades. Talk about a guy who lands on his feet, right? Who can basically adjust to an awful lot of different things. There he is. And here we are. Okay, hold on. Julio Fernandez, Cuban-American jazz guitarist, Spyro Gyra from 84 to present, born in Havana, Cuba. It's his birthday, born in 1954 today. Here's the man of the hour, Michael Jackson, American recording artist, dancer, king of pop. We all know him from Thriller, Bad, Billie Jean, Human Nature. Born in Gary, Indiana. Where is he? There he is. We've got some weird facts about Michael Jackson, the king of pop. He wanted to be, believe it or not, Spider-Man. This is from listverse.com. They came up with some interesting facts. There's some of the facts they came up with because, out of respect, we're not going to repeat. But he had so many idiosyncratic things happening in his life, like he was a different guy. Comic book writer Stan Lee met Jackson a few times through the years, and he says he wanted to be Spider-Man. More specifically, wanted to play Spider-Man. Though he admits he never heard Jackson ever say that out loud. But he says, I always got a feeling, because he wanted to buy the rights to Spider-Man. And then Stan Lee says, you probably can't. And then he suggested that maybe he would buy DC Comics. The role, of course, eventually went to Tobey Maguire. So, and then he heard that they were making an X-Men movie, and he wanted to play Professor X. That role later went to Patrick Stewart. I mean, he was an out there kind of guy, right? And he really did have vitiligo, the disease where his skin was lighter. And when they were performing an autopsy on Michael Jackson, they were saying that basically he did have it. It's on his autopsy. So he wasn't faking it or trying to be necessarily. I'm not saying he wasn't trying to be white, but all those rumors, some of those were, unfounded. That's for sure. And there's so much of that surrounding Michael Jackson, like crazy amounts of stuff, right? Bubbles the Chimp. And there he is. They're together. There were times they accused Michael Jackson of abusing the chimp But he did eat at the dinner table with Michael Jackson. But when he was going through puberty, not Jackson, but the chimp, he started getting aggressive. So eventually they had to give the animal up to great apes in Florida, where he now, or at least then, I'm not sure if he's still alive, paints and listens to flute music. Yeah, this is Bubbles. Some interesting facts. Some of the other facts they had on there were, the elephant man bones and all this stuff. And, well, out of respect, like I said. But he was a very out there cat, that's for sure. 1970, R&B singer Carl Martin of Shea is born in Lafayette, Louisiana, known for his 1992 hit, If Ever I Fall in Love. And we're on this road. 1975, Kyle Cook, American rock guitarist, banjo player from Matchbox 20. Remember Bent and Unwell? They had a lot of hits. Born in Frankfort, Kentucky. Happy birthday to him. We got David DeRosier. That's how I would say it, by the way, because I'm French. Canadian rock bassist, Simple Plan. From 2000 to 2020, he was born in Montreal, Quebec. His birthday... no, not yet. Leah Michelle. She gets no picture. Man, that woman has a... Remember from Glee? Talk about a bad rep. When people say, celebrities that people can't stand or treat their fans like crap and all this stuff. I didn't say that. I'm repeating what other people have said. And Leah Michelle always seems to be on the list. Mike Myers, too. And I don't get Mike Myers. I don't get that he'd be hard to work with. Leah Michelle, born in Bronx, New York. And I put down here, seems to have a terrible reputation. Born in 1986. I don't know, man. Sometimes people forget where they're from. In 1993, Liam Payne from the group One Direction. Born in Wolverhampton, England. What Makes You Beautiful. I actually like that song. This is people who passed away on this date. In 2011, Delta bluesman David Honeyboy Edwards dies of congestive heart failure in Chicago. He was 96 years old. Hold on. We got... And Ron Bushy, American rock drummer for Iron Butterfly, In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida, baby, dies of cancer at 79 years old. Jimmy Reed, American blues singer, Solon, big boss man, dies of a seizure at 50 years old. Man, that's pretty young. And this is an interesting fact. I didn't know this. 2005, Barry Cowsill from the famous Cowsill family. Bassist, drowned during Hurricane Katrina. He was only 50 years old. That family's had a lot of hardship, so much hardship. Rockabilly singer, songwriter, Jumpin' Gene Simmons dies after a long illness in Tupelo, Mississippi at the age of 73. In 2021, Lee Scratch Perry, transgender reggae musician, produced for Bob Marley and The Clash and others, dies at 85. In songs and albums, a lot of good stuff, a lot of very interesting things today. There she is. Ella Fitzgerald records It's a Pity to Say Goodnight in 1946. 1958, Cliff Richard and the Drifters released a single, Move It, Richard's debut single. It's credited as the first British rock and roll song. In 1964, now people call this song Pretty Woman now. They don't call it Oh Pretty Woman. Most people just shorten it. He releases the song in 1964. What a monumental song in rock and roll history. And in 1966, the Youngbloods release Get Together. We interviewed Jesse Colin Young on this channel. A very, very interesting guy. Really nice man, too. In 1970, Edwin Starr's hit War hits number 1, first of 3 weeks. In 1977, Iggy Pop releases his second album, Lust for Life, a collaboration with David Bowie. Love that song. 1980, UB40 released their seminal debut, Signing Off. It climbs to number 2 in the UK charts. The band was so much bigger in the UK than they were here. They've had a few hits here, but they were monumentally huge in England. In 1982, Steve Miller's single Abracadabra hits number 1. I Want to Reach Out and Grab You. And in 1994, British band released an amazing debut album. Too bad Liam and his brother couldn't get along. Definitely Maybe. Fastest selling album ever in the UK. And one more. Oh, hold on. There we go. In 1958, George Harrison joins the Quarrymen, who later became the Beatles. And in 66, the Beatles made their last public appearance before the rooftop concert to 25,000 people in Candlestick Park in San Francisco. In 1992, U2 played their first of 2 sold-out shows at Yankee Stadium, Bronx in New York. And what else do we got? Oh, yeah, in 2004, Hey Ya wins Video of the Year at the MTV Music Awards, one of 4 wins for Outkast. And in 2009, another Michael Jackson, 2 months after Jackson's death, what would have been his 51st birthday, 13,597 people show up in Mexico City to perform a Thriller. They do the dance thing. Trilla, Trilla Nights, I used to say. And there you have it. All the stuff that kind of changed the world, it seems. Let me get back on here. In rock and roll, some days are bigger than others. This was a huge, huge day for rock and roll history. And I want to thank the folks who come on and hang out with us when we do our Today in History. It means an awful lot to us. And if it's your birthday today, happy birthday. If it's not, send this to someone who's celebrating a birthday on today, the 29th. Make sure you comment on our video, subscribe to our channel, and share our videos, and like our videos. It's really important for you to like our videos. This is John Beaudin. This is Rock History Book. Take care.